So the word Kyrgyz means uneradicatable, unbeatable pretty much.
Жүрегімде көкбөрі дегенде любой оқ атып тастайды ғой деп.
Біздің жер, өзіміздің жеріміз, егерде ата-анадан қалған Манас Тауыстан.
My name is Duncan Jansen. I've been a rugby player all over the world, from New Zealand to England. These days, I help people who are struggling with addiction, poverty, and other problems get their lives back on track. My work has made me realize the importance of reconnecting with your body and the warrior within. Something that we seem to have lost along the way. And I have made it my mission to see how we can recover it by visiting countries that still house these warriors. In this series, I'm diving into the world of combat cultures, guided by local heroes, to learn from their traditions and prepare for the ultimate test, a fight in a combat sport I've never practiced before, to prove the importance of stepping out of your comfort zone and into the ring, because we were warriors. And we will rise again. Tian Shan Mountains lies the third destination of our adventure, Bishkek, the capital of Kyrgyzstan.
In my search for modern-day warriors, I have set foot on the mountainous highlands of Kyrgyzstan. The land where nomads still roam and indulge in ancient traditions and warrior sports. As a former rugby player, you could say that my next challenge lies close to my heart, because this sport is best described as playing rugby. Only it's played on a horse at high speed while fighting over a dead goat. And to me, that sounds a little bit crazy. But hey, as we all know, the best challenges and the best victories lie just outside of our comfort zone. And that's why in this episode, we're here to play Kok Boru. Traditional horse games and the designated lifestyle that goes with it goes back thousands of years and is a big part of nomadic life, even today. Because here in Kyrgyzstan, only 1/3 of the population lives in the cities, as most people prefer the high altitude, inhospitable mountain areas, which they call home.
In the sport of Kok Boru echoes the ancient tradition of the horses and their riders. In the cradle of Central Asia, the roots of the Kyrgyz people can be traced back as early as 100 BC, where they formed a bond with their remarkable ally. To the Kyrgyz, the horse appears to be more than just a beast. Over the course of time, the horse became intertwined with their history. The bond between horse and man remained unbroken. A headless dead goat called the ulag is used as a balm and is placed in the heart of the field. The goal of the game is to get the ulag and carry it to the opponent's goal, a circle called a taikazan. But, of course, this is far more difficult than it sounds. The two teams, consisting of 4 players, have to battle in order to pick up the ulag from the ground. all while the horses are frequently crashing into each other. But it's not just about brute force. It's a game of strategy and teamwork. Each team has to work together in order to protect the rider with the ulak, while also maneuvering to score a goal. Here in Bishkek, I'll be accompanied by Aydar, a local Kok Boru prospect who lives close to the stadium. This week, he'll help me try to get a grasp of this beautiful sport and its traditions. At the old Hippodrome Arena here in Bishkek, he tells me how the sport originated.
Көкбөрү бул биз илгеритен эле башталган. Көкбөрүнүн тарыхы жөнүндө айтып кетсем, илгери жоокерчилик заманда карышкырлар ошо айылга, мисалы кыргыз эли көчмөн калк болгон, айылга айылда кыргыздын малдарын кырып, карышкыр жеп, мисалы жылкысын жеп, койлорун жеп баштаганда, анан кыргыздын мындай башында айтып өткөндөй бөрүнү илгери тартып ойношкон деп айтып өттүм го. Көк бөрү деген сөз ошол нерседен келип чыккан. Мындайча айтканда карышкыр бөрү. Көкжал деген сөздөн.
You explained to me that the connection between horse and man is very important when you play Kok Boru. How do you make sure you stay connected with the horse in the game, in the battle?
Кыргыздардын жылкы менен мамилеси илгертеден аябай жакын болгон. Кыргыз менен бул жылкы экөө дайыма чогуу жүргөн илгертен. Мисалга эле жоокерчилик заманында ошо согуштта кыргыздар көпчүлүк учурда ошо жылкынын жардамы аркылуу согуштарда көптөгөн жеңиштерге жетишкен. Жылкыны бул кыргыз эли кандай десем, аябай тилин жакшы билет десем болот. Бул жылкыны жылкы эмне каалап жатат, баардыгын кыргыз мындай жакшы түшүнөт. Жана кыргыздар атты жакшы таптаганды, жакшы башкарганды жакшы өздөштүрүшкөн.
The conversation with Aydar shows me that the ability to ride a horse here is just as normal as riding a bike. And to make sure I can stand somewhat of a chance between the hard and experienced horsemen, we move just outside of Bishkek. Because one of the most important decisions in Kok Boru is choosing the horse. And to make that decision, we visit one of the national breeding stables of Kyrgyzstan. I meet up with Tilek, who has been breeding horses for the sport for over a decade.
Кайрабы, Кок Борууга аттарды даярлайбыз. Жай кышты ушту биздин колубузда болот. Кээ бир аттарыбыз үйүргө чыгат. Андан кийин жай кышында ошол жерде колдо кармап, даярлап Кок Борууга. Анан чемпионаттарга беребиз.
Kok Boru is a really physical battle. How important is the strength of the horse? And can any horse play Kok Boru, or are they bred specially for this game, this battle?
Кок Борууга илүү ат жарабайт. Илүү ат айырга дагы ушундай тандалма аттар керек. Ого окшогон. Кок Борууга ошондой тандалма аттар жарайт. Алдыга койгонго айырга күлүк аттар келиш керек. Ортого чыга турган жекеме-жекен аттар болот. Ургуч аттар болот. Основной айырде тандалган аттарды алат Кок Борууга.
I've borrowed all these big things for protection for my knees, and what do you have for advice for me as a player? This is for me the first time I'm gonna play Kok Boru. What should I aim for, and do you have any advice?
Биринчи ойногонго Кок Борууга эми дух керек, эң биринчи дух. Экинчиден атка бекем отуруш керек. Анан кийин ал эми Кок Боруу оюн бул. Аны ошону бир атка имип, улакты алып, такымга басып көрүш керек да. Ал өзүнүн башка кайфы бар да. Атка жагыш үчүн биринчи аттан коркпош керек, биринчиден. Экинчиден атты жакшы көрүш керек. Аттын тилин табыш керек, билиш керек эң биринчиден. Анан кийин аттан коркпош керек.
After talking to Tilek, it's time to choose a horse. But it has been a long time since I've ridden one. And the times I did, it was never with the intention to play rugby on it. Keeping Tilek's words in the back of my head, I try not to be nervous, because the Kyrgyz people believe a horse can feel the anxiety, and I don't want him to throw me off his back. But luckily, Tilek picked a friendly horse for me, and it seems to like me just enough to keep me on its back.
It's really high, these knees. It's new for me.
Now it's necessary to form a bond and get comfortable on the horse quickly, as my first training is right around the corner. With a match on the way, Aydar insists on taking me to the training grounds next to the stables, in order to get more experience in the game.
Ат менен жакшы тил табыш үчүн миниш керек жакшылап. Минип жакшы таанышып ат менен. Аттын кыял жоругун билип дегендей. Болду андай нерсе болот. Жерден көтөрө албай калса, улак. Жерден көтөрүлбөсө анда кайра бир-бирге чыгат. А если бир-бирге чыкканда 1 мүнөттүн ичинде мындай улак теңип кете албаса анда кайра башка оюнчулар чыгат да бир-бирге. Ушундай.
Aydar tells me that the horses they are using are a special breed called the Novo Kyrgyz. During the reign of the Soviet Union over Kyrgyzstan, the traditional Kyrgyz horse was crossed with other breeds, causing it to become larger while maintaining the strength that characterizes the Kyrgyz horse. To make sure I don't make a fool of myself or put myself in danger on the playing field, Aydar is eager to teach me some tricks for the game, but it didn't take long for me to notice that I might not be as fast of a learner as the average Kyrgyz horseman.
I just got on my Kok Boru horse to have my first Kok Boru match, and I've seen these horses. They're huge, they're absolute war machines. So me and my horse need to connect real quick because we're supposed to be a team, and I'm not too sure how I feel about all this, but we'll be good. En dan proberen.
아스타 점퍼에
Usha!
As I finish my practice with Aydar, I meet up with 2 Kok Boru fanatics who have been playing the sport for years and years.
Бул көкбөрүнү састараны мындай четтен карап турсаң мындай агрессивный, коркунучтуу оюн, бирок өзүң ойносоң андай оюн эмес болчу. Эми буга чейин биз бала кезибизден ойноп келгенбиз, көп эле травма алдык, кабырга сынды, буттун тарамыш үздү, мына колдор. Болот эми бираз-бираздан. Эми бул спортта, любой спортто эле травмасыз оюнсуз болобу, травмасы жок оюн болбойт да, бул спорт. Бул көкбөрү биздин ата-бабабыздан каныбызга сиңип калган оюнда биз улуттук оюнубуз биз. Ата-бабабыз чабып келген. Ошондон биз кыргыздын, любой кыргыздын жүрөгүндө көкбөрү дегенде любой окатын таштайт го дейм. Биздин каныбызга сиңип калган оюнда бул улуттук оюнубуз.
Көкбөрү бул Кыргыздын тарыхынан бери чалынып келет. Көкбөрү Кыргыздын улуттук оюну. Бул ата-бабаларыбыз чабып жүргөн оюн, ойноп жүргөн оюн. Эми ата-бабаларыбыз чабып жүргөндөн кийин Кыргыздын ар бир кыргыздын канына бар го дейм, ат үстүндө ойноп булак тартып. Ошодон эле келип атат. Ошодон эле чалып атабыз. Кызыгабыз, өзүбүз жакшы көрөбүз аны. өзүбүздүн ата бабаларыбыз, чоң аталарыбыз бүт улакчылар болгон да. Ошолордон улам. Ушу ат жабында ойноп. Кыргызда макал бар. Кыргыз атта туулат, атта өлөт дегенчи. Ар бир эле кыргыз атты жакшы көрсө керек, ат үстүндө ойногон эле болуш керек баары.
Эмне үчүн көк бөрүдөн жакшы дегенде биздин улуттук оюнубуз. Биз жалаң кыргыз болгондой жалаң тоодо жолдо жүрүп атка көп мингенбиз. Атка көп мингендин себебинен аттыгы көп минген киши көк бөрүнү кат ойнойт. Ошон үчүн биз каныбызга сиңип калган oyun, ошон үчүн кыргыздар көк бөрүдөн номер айдемиз дүйнөбүздө.
With my new horse ready for battle, it is time to head to the hippodrome for my first training. Here we'll be playing Ulak Tartish, a variant of Kok Boru. In short, it's the same principle, only instead of a team, it's every man for himself. With the players approaching the field, I'm trying to see how they behave and move as they warm up and show their acrobatic skills on their horses. And now it's important to stay calm and make sure I try to find a connection with my horse as we are entering the field. Immediately after the start, it's game on. In this chaos of horses and men, it is hard to maintain focus on where the ulak is, all while directing my horse to dive into the action. It's clear to me that this is a bit different than the horse rides I had when I was younger. The men I'm facing now are seasoned and skilled players who are not afraid to bash and bump into each other. If I want to be able to compete, I have to step up my game. I feel that my horse and I still have some energy left to throw ourselves into the fight as I get closer and closer to grabbing the ulak. And for a brief moment, I think I see an opportunity opening up. But just as I get a good grip and feel like I'm able to steal the ulak, I get pushed off my target by a charging horse, ending my chance of scoring a point and earning a couple som, the local currency of the Kyrgyz, given as a token of honor for the scorer. It will have to wait for my official match later this week. After this intense introduction with Kyrgyzstan and Kok Boru, it is time to get a better understanding of the people here. And to do that, I travel outside of Bishkek to meet up with the Mira, who maintains a yurt all year round. The yurt forms an essential part of Kyrgyz culture.
I should sit as Kyrgyz woman, but we don't often sit here in such way.
Thank you so much for inviting us here in the traditional bozui. Am I saying it correctly? Bozui?
Bozui.
Bozui.
Uy.
Bozui.
Uy.
Bozui. Can you tell me a little bit what would be the role of the bozui in Kyrgyz history?
We are ancient people, nomad people, and that's why bozui is the main role in ancient life, and our grandparents lived in Bozuy. In Bozuy, in ancient time, live 3 generations. Bozuy биздин улуттун символу Bozuy. Биздин жашообуз ушул Бозүйдөн башталган, ошон үчүн биздики эм ыйык символ.
Бу биздин жер, өзүбүздүн жерибиз, илгерки ата-бабадан калган, Манас чоң атабыздан, илгерки кыргыздардын жери да жайлап, кыштап ушул жерде эметишкен, жашаган. Эми кыргыздарга азыр эркиндик, эми бизге мурунтан баштап эркиндикти жакшы көргөн, эркин жүргөн элдербиз, көчмөн эл калкы болот. Ошо менен свободаны, эмени жакшы көрөбүз, эркинчилик. Эми азыр бизде демократия. Эл каалаганын айтат, каалаганын эметет. Бу жерде эл бийлейт.
Many of the Kyrgyz residents have lived a big part of their lives under the Soviet Union that annexed Kyrgyzstan for more than 100 years. For many people, maintaining the tradition of the horse games was a way to preserve their culture. But since 1991, when the Kyrgyz regained their independence, the newer generations seem to have set their eyes on a more modern and connected world. A shift that concerns the older generation, who sometimes fear their beloved traditions will erode and fade away. Just outside of Bishkek, I'm invited to the stables of Erbol and his father Manas, where they breed horses for Kok Boru and Ulaktartish, where they both tell me their perspective on what it means to be Kyrgyz.
So the word Kyrgyz means uneradicatable, unbeatable pretty much. So throughout history we faced a lot of obstacles and challenges, but regardless we've been able to push through them and persevere and to stay the same nation, the same culture, the same ethnic group that we were at those days, and we stand here today as well. So we are pretty much uneradicatable regardless of what we have to go through.
В нашем обществе кыргызские традиции, конечно, очень большую роль играют. Ну, как бы это правило нашей жизни, это традиции. Без традиций, наверное, нет нации. И у нации нет будущего без традиций. Я вообще не представляю народы, которые живут без традиций. Для людей, которые живут без традиций, для них ничего ценного не остается. Для нас, для кыргызов, наши кыргызские традиции очень важную роль играют в нашей жизни.
So my father grew up in a village, and then after he graduated high school, he moved to a city. And I grew up in a city, and right now I'm able to study in a foreign country and see the world around me. My father didn't have the same privileges and opportunities. Technology offers a more comfortable life for people, and it doesn't have to change the way we live our lives and we follow our tradition and cultures.
Я думаю, что передадим. Это все от нас зависит. Дай Бог, что наши традиции сохранялись. Если их не будем сохранять, тогда в нашей нации нет будущего. Поэтому каждый из нас, каждый, который живет на территории Кыргызстана и за рубежом, наши кыргызы должны этим заниматься. Должны следующему поколению передавать все. Все, что от предков нам оставалось, мы должны донести до наших следующих поколений.
For me, I think there are a lot of customs that I can use in my life to better my own life and lives of people around me, from principles that I abide by. But at the same time, I feel like it's about picking what you find to be useful and practical from those customs in your daily life and exercising them and not forgetting about them, because that's where you come from, that's where your ancestors come from, and that's who you are. I feel like we won't have a problem sustaining them over time and passing them to another generation.
After talking to Erbil and Manas, they tell me they have a surprise for me the next day. The following morning, we move to a gigantic field outside of the city. On these grasslands, over 200 riders have gathered to play Ulak Tartish. With a single horse weighing around 500 kilos without its rider, a fall here could easily cause serious injuries and even fatalities. But the prizes tempt many riders to risk it, because the rewards at big tournaments like this go up from livestock like goats and horses to camels, cars and even apartments. The riders come from all over Kyrgyzstan, some because they love the sport, others as a representative of the town or village. They travel for hours to get here, to play the match that can last until sundown. While I'm watching the match, I'm invited to join the people here in their feast. And I know this is an honor not to be taken lightly. Food holds a special place in Kyrgyz culture. It's a way of showing unity and hospitality. Sitting here, I'm watching one of the most important aspects of the sport, its ability to connect people. Strangers are given a warm welcome and sit next to each other, enjoying the delicacies they share.
From the Netherlands.
As the sun is setting, it is time for me to call it a day, because watching the sport has been wonderful. But tomorrow awaits my biggest challenge here, the match. After a week that felt like it went by in a minute, it is time to enter the playing ground for the final time. Just like my training match, we are playing Ulak Tartish, the free-for-all variant. To let myself some final practice and to keep my body warm from the freezing temperatures, I do some warming up with the tire. It's absolutely essential to stand a chance of scoring later. Even though it feels crazy to hang on the side of a horse, to my surprise, I'm able to pick up the tire from the ground. Call it a good omen. With my body warmed up, it's time for the match, as the riders are lining up. Aydar tells me that the men that have shown up today are well-experienced riders. People that have been practicing since childhood. He also tells me not to be surprised if any fights break out, as that apparently isn't a rare occurrence.
It's unbelievable when the sound of the horses running, charging for you, like right now. It all has been going a bit fast.
After looking at what's waiting for me, it's go time. With around 30 riders and an equal amount of horses, the game instantly turns into mayhem. For a moment, I'm not sure what to do or where to stand. Frozen by the swirling mass of hooves, whips and mist, caused by the sweating horses. And somewhere in the steaming pile lies the ulag that is being trampled and dragged from left to right. At times, I feel more bystander than participant. All while time is ticking away. Because when the sun is down, it's game over. It's time to go all out, one more time. As I try to push and fight my way into the moving mess of horses and their riders, while dirt and whips fly around me. And then, amidst the chaos, I spot an opportunity. I manage to steal the ulag and I hold on to it with everything I have, while signaling my horse to go as fast as we can. I almost lose it to the rider next to me, but I clench my fist and leg as hard as I can. And finally, I manage to score a point, thereby earning Kyrgyzstan, and more importantly, the respect of the riders.
I'm gonna get this.
As the sun disappears behind the horizon, it is time to start wrapping up my adventure here in Kyrgyzstan. As I make my last rounds through Bishkek, it offers up the opportunity to reflect on the conversations I've had with the people here. Kyrgyzstan has left a big impression on me, not just because of the breathtaking landscapes, but also because of the deep reverence the Kyrgyz people have for their traditions and values that seem to appear in every inch of their life. I was struck by the way people shape their identity and provide a sense of continuity in the rapidly changing world. It's made me realize that keeping traditions alive isn't just a way of honoring the past. It is a way to build a strong foundation for the future. Tune in for our last episode of Season 1, in which I am visiting England, where arenas made of hay bales have helped the brutal underground sport find its way to the limelight and become the fastest growing martial art of today, bare knuckle boxing. In preparation of my own fight, I meet up with the fighters to find out how a seemingly gruesome sport can rise to power in modern times. Make sure to follow We Were Warriors on the socials and take a look at the website to see our exclusive behind-the-scenes footage and get to know more about the places we visit, the local heroes and our mission. If you liked our episode, please consider supporting us on Patreon or on our website so we can continue to make new episodes. By supporting this project, you're making a difference in the combat communities we showcase. Together, we provide support for the heart and soul of combat sports by helping local organizations to continue their work to create good fighters and even better people.